Kai, what was it like to get through your first game on Sunday?
Pretty amazing experience. Considering the journey I've had the past 6 years, like it's pretty big thing for me and obviously my family as well. I've got a little daughter, so for her to just finally watch me play some footy, it was nice, and had the family down in Tassie, but they couldn't actually watch because they're all go to the game. So, but it was just a good experience to finally be out there again and play with a bunch of the boys, and and pretty. It sucked we didn't get the win, but that's all
right. I guess the obvious question is, how have you pulled up from it?
Good. Yeah, really good. First game back in a long time. I thought I'd pull up a bit sore than what I did, but I've been doing some extra recovery sessions just to make sure I get up for the next week.
Nakia, can you tell us about like the roller coaster you've been on this year? Like you sort of played a couple of games and you sit out for one or two, played a couple. Can you tell us about the physically and emotionally what the roller coaster's been like this year?
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy one because coming into a new club as well, learning their new system, and obviously on the way with having a few niggles as well, kind of set me back a little bit, but I got there in the end. I persevered through all that hard time, and finally got back and got picked for yesterday's Sunday's game, and that was a pretty emotional experience. Obviously, Fags telling me about playing, and then obviously getting presented the jumper as well, and kicking my first goal. So that was a pretty just felt so surreal. I mean, Calamachi actually we've become pretty close, and him giving me my first goal for my start at Brisbane Lions was pretty special, and I just can't wait to get out there again and start playing.
Mate, I can imagine with all these false starts, yes, no, maybe, it may have been ticking away at the back of the head that it mightn't come.
Yeah, because you get so close to the end of the season, you think, am I going to play or not? But I ended up getting in there and just squeezing one game or hopefully a couple more games in time for the finals and stuff. So, I was kind of playing in my mind a little bit whether or not if I was going to get picked, but I put in a lot of hard work, and it paid off.
Nakia, given the amount of injuries you've had, it would have been pretty easy to sort of give it away, wouldn't it? Over at Geelong as well before here, but how close, I suppose, or was that a consideration at all? Not in a few years.
Look, that was it crossed my mind at points of when I'd get another little niggle and stuff like that. So, but I think mentally I've been pretty resilient, and footy's obviously still a dream of mine to keep playing, and hopefully now I can take the next step and just get some consistency in my footy and my body as well.
Zorks mentioned the other day that you bring plenty of energy to the group, and I suppose in the race home before the finals, it's pretty important just to get these guys up.
Yeah, probably not as much as Mitch Robinson, but I feel like I do bring a little bit of energy to the group. Just something I've always brought, I guess, to wherever I am. Just got a little bit of energy to give.
I mean, when you take that into account, you say you've got a bit of energy, you've got a bit of spark for the team. Do you think that, I mean, it was your first game back in so long, that over the next couple of weeks, when you get some consistency into your game, that you can help the Lions get back in winning ways?
Look, I think that's more of a team effort there. We all need to sort of step up this week coming, and we all need to bring up, lift our energy, and have a good start to this little period where we need to play some good footy before finals. So I think that's just going to be a real group effort.
Nakia, do you have total confidence in your body now? I imagine it would have been a bit to sort of wrap your head around when you haven't played much footy in sort of 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a funny one because I felt like I hadn't sort of missed a beat in a way. I mean, I didn't have a lot of the footy on the weekend, but just like running patterns and getting to the ball and hitting my kicks. So that it didn't really, I guess, all the preparation beforehand in the VFL and even like working with physios and trainers, just it all added up, and it just felt like I hadn't really missed too much footy.
What was Fague saying? I think it was half time or one of the breaks. Actually, it wouldn't have been half time because he was on the field. He looked very animated when things weren't going right.
Oh, yeah, you know, Fags, he gets real passionate, especially when you're down by a bit like that. So I think he was just giving the boys a bit of a rev up and just we just needed a lift. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get the chocolates in the end.
Was it something specific he was saying? I mean, you mentioned the starts before, and it's been a slow start last week against the Suns. Were able to come home. I mean, that may be an issue. The way you come home is great, but the start's not so.
Yeah, I think that's getting us a little bit. So hopefully, that's one thing we probably just need to really crack in the first quarter, first half, and just really keep that going throughout the whole game. There's nothing. Don't really remember too much of what he said because it was just all in the moment, but. I think I was just too busy just thinking about my first game back in a very long time. But I think this week should be a lot different to last week.
What's been the way to arrest those slow starts? Has it been a focus? Has it been spoken about?
Yeah, a little bit. So, but not too much. We just want to focus on what we bring and just really bring energy from the start this time and just keep that for the whole game, whole 4 quarters.